I think a lot of it's just around the education piece and places, like the press and the Economist talking about it a lot. And it's one of these things we have used biodiversity and nature as a resource for years and years and years that we've assumed we've got an unlimited supply of, and we don't. And we haven't really valued that properly. And so the more that we can bring that to the fore and make people understand that there's an investable value there as well, the better we're to be. But yeah, lots of noise. We're repeating ourselves incessantly.
As much as possible where you can start linking it to something where people can see an economic benefit. So how do you actually make sure that you can maintain it, make sure that there's a seen economic benefit behind it as well? As soon as people start seeing an economic benefit behind it, then it'll be monitored more effectively, it'll be implemented more effectively, it'll be seen as a value creation. And as soon as you can actually, everyone can accept that it actually creates value, and I think those of us who are actually looking at it in detail, it definitely does. If you can make that a widespread understanding, and then people can actually value it properly.
If we change a farming system by implementing new practices, we need to consider indicators to measure impacts. Impacts on organic carbon content in soil, for example, impacts on biodiversity. If there are any positive impacts on attracting more functional biodiversity, is there any positive impacts in diversifying soil biodiversity? So we need indicators, and we need tools as well to track progress.
Oh, we had a fairly reasonable outcome in Montreal. We were all there. But then it was disappointing in Egypt, where nature-based solutions were taken out of the text at the end. In the UAE, we're trying to get food on the agenda again. It's about mitigation, adaptation, finance, but then it's also about food that will get some attention there. But there are very few countries still that have really integrated it into their nationally determined commitments, or that have deep decarbonization plans based on nature-based solutions. So there is some work to do still.
Well, again, thinking about fair trade is all about good farming and sustainable farming. And there you need to bring a commitment to biodiversity into food systems. So monoculture is anti-developmental. Monoculture, where we see huge plantations growing a single crop for years and years, depletes the soil and kills biodiversity. Fair trade is mostly working with small-scale farmers, and when they are funded well enough, as they are with fair trade, to be able to invest in their farms, they can invest in biodiversity, and you see these wonderful ecosystems developing. Shade trees and the kind of flora and fauna you will get on a farm in fair trade is significantly better than you will get in monoculture.
And we have the knowledge and we have the technologies to really make these changes, but we have a time issue, and this will require then to work with partnerships, public and private sector, because we need good policies in place. Policy matters. When we have these policies in place that allows you to protect the land, allows you to give value to nature, then we can start also generating and giving good signals to the market.